So I'm going to start with some very sad news today, and that is that me and my girlfriend broke up. And when she came back this week to box her things up, she took little Ralph, which I knew was coming, but it doesn't stop it really hurting and being really upsetting. I'm sorry to drop that on you at the start of the video. I know it's not very uplifting, but it's the truth. And unfortunately, this journey moving forwards in the UK to France series in 2 years, where I am trying to put £300,000 together to open a kennelless rescue for homeless dogs over in France, is not going to be easy. I'm going to have some severe turbulence along the way like this, which sets me back mentally, physically, emotionally, and I'm going to have to push forwards and push through it in order to be able to make this dream a reality. And maybe that's the lesson for this week, is that there are going to be major setbacks. I'm not going to be able to complete the work that I wanted to complete or focus on the task that I wanted to. I found myself very emotionally charged this week, chasing dopamine, being on my phone too much, watching too many episodes of Dexter, and not getting the real work done that should have been done. So as well as telling you what action I took this week, I'm going to make a declaration to you, the work that I'm going to be doing next week to hold myself accountable right here and right now, which is what this series is all about, holding myself accountable to action to take. So first things first is I sold some stuff this week, which contributed the majority of the financial gain towards the whiteboard section at the end of this video, where I lay out all of my finances. The other action I took is that I took on another dog walking client, which comes outside of my license for the boarding and daycare that I do as the Pawsome Retreat. So that's an additional stream of revenue. Now, what I didn't do was film the board and train video, the promotional video that I was going to do to enhance the marketing of the boarding and training that I started offering a couple of weeks ago. The second piece of action, which is going to be really important moving forward, that I'm going to take this week, is to look into different apps for social media content creation, whether that's AI based, whether that's cutting up current content. It's going to be really important moving forward, because social media could become a sustainable and recurring source of revenue for when I get to France, to help uphold and upkeep the sanctuary when it is open over there. One quick kissy, and then we're off to the whiteboard. Thank you. So guys, it's that time in the conversation where we put up a whiteboard and we talk about finances, the raw numbers, because ultimately, unless I'm putting more money away each and every single week, it doesn't really matter. I can't get to that dream and that goal without that money. So the first subcategory inside of talking about finances is fiat money. Fiat money is anything that is banked or in cash at this moment in time. Now, I've added £170 to that total this week through selling items and stuff inside of the house, which brings the total to £3,055. The second subcategory inside of the finance section is Pokemon cards. Yes, I have some complete collections and some graded cards, and they're worth about £2,000 in total. The third subcategory is my main holdings for my investments, which is cryptocurrency. Now, I know some of you might think I am crazy for that, and it is a very volatile industry. It goes up just as fast as it comes down, but it's just the industry I like and I believe in, and where I've put my investments. So the total of those investments at the lower end of the spectrum right now is £24,000. And the final subcategory is the motorhome that we purchased 4 or 5 months ago now. I've done an awful lot of work to the motorhome, but as a result of me and Gracie splitting, we are going to be selling the motorhome. I've just got to do a couple last things in there, but I put a lot of creature comforts in there, so it should sell very well and still return me £12,000. I will update you guys on that process as I go through it, and I'll show you some of the work that I'm doing too, because it might be quite interesting to some people. That brings the weekly total up to £41,055 in total. So even slower progress than last week, but there are some big things coming up over the next couple of weeks, which should accelerate that process and make the whole thing feel like it's moving faster. Bob Dog has joined me and Loki for the outro. Just wanted to say, guys, thank you so much for your love and support, especially at this moment in time. It is not an easy episode in life to go through for anyone, regardless of you knowing it's coming or not. It's still very difficult. So I appreciate you hitting that like button, any comments of support, and you subscribing to the channel. And we will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Love you. Love you. Love you. I know.